Okay, thank you all for coming. Tonight, I wanted to talk about supplements. Donna brought up the question last week about supplements, both daily nutrition. She may not have said this, but I wanted to include it all. Daily nutrition type of supplements, and then also supplements that you may take during training and racing. Donna's not here right now, but sometimes she pops in later. So if not, she'll get the recording. And I think this is really important. I am a huge proponent of getting your nutrients through food if that's at all possible. The problem is today, our fruits and vegetables are not loaded with antioxidants because of the quality of the soil and other reasons. So it's important to make sure that we get those antioxidants, get additional antioxidants, especially as athletes, but really anyone, to boost your immune system and stay well. And that's what I'll talk about first, my daily supplements. And I want to say this too, a lot of you, or I know a couple of you don't take any vitamins or anything, and that's a personal choice. I'm not saying you should do this. I'm just saying a lot of people ask me what I do, and I have reasons why I take what I take, and I'll just explain them to you. The other thing that I'm very passionate about when it comes to supplements is searching for those that are made of whole food, and that's possible too. Then I feel like it's healthier. It's not a, synthetic supplement that I'm putting in my body and my body doesn't really know what to do with it. So that would make me nervous. Let's start with and you all feel free to chime in. I'll stop after each section. I have it divided up by daily nutrition and immunity, and then recovery and rebuilding, and performance, and other. So we'll kind of talk about we'll stop after each section and see if you have anything that you want to add or ask. Hi, Nikki. We just started, and Keith is on here too. Great. We're going to start talking about daily nutrition and immunity and what I take. And then if you have questions or other ideas, then let me know. The first thing I take is Juice Plus, and I'm not a big high pressure salesman of Juice Plus, but I used to sell it, and I've always taken it because I feel like it's always kept me well. But there are other varieties of this type of thing. It's a fruit and a vegetable capsule so you get 17 fruits and vegetables in capsule form. It's called Juice Plus. They sell like a variety of these. Costco has their own brand. I'm sure Target has their own brand. You'll find this fruits and vegetables in a capsule. I just believe in this brand because I know the science behind it, et cetera, et cetera. And so to me, that's just like getting more fruits and vegetables in my diet than I get on a daily basis, especially those days that you don't get to eat a big salad, or some people don't eat any vegetables in any of their meals. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Hey, Sally, what's the name of that again?
It's called Juice Plus.
Juice
and
Plus.
I can send you information on all this stuff. I have a link for this. I sell it so you can get it right from the source, but I'm not high pressure. Like, I've never told you about this. I'm not the type of person that's going to tell everyone about it unless I feel like you really need it. So someone who's sick a lot, absolutely. You need to do something for your immune system if you're sick all the time. Right now is a strange time though, I know, but this will help boost your immune system, and it's safe. Is it like, if you look at the ingredients, it's all just fruits and vegetable powder.
Like you take it once a day kind of thing, or?
Yeah, here, let me show you. It's a capsule. It's just the red and green little capsules.
Oh, okay.
So you take it, I just take 2 of each a day. And if I'm doing really heavy training, like training for my half Ironman, I'll be taking more of it because, again, it's just food. And I haven't had any adverse effects to it. The other thing I like to do for daily nutrition, and I've always been a big proponent of this because I don't think we get everything we need in our foods, is just a good whole food vitamin supplement. This company, Rainbow Light, this one's specifically for women. They have some specifically for men, like men over 50 or men over 40. They have very specific categories, and you can get this on Amazon or at like Whole Foods. It's at all the good nutritional stores. But it's food based, so all made of food, and it's just, again, great for immune system, getting all the vitamins and minerals that you can't get from, that you may not be getting from food. Absolutely, you can get it. It's just really hard to do. And you really should get over 10 fruits and vegetables in your body every single day. Who can do that? I don't know. I can't. I try, but I can't. And then, so those two are really important. So let's talk about why, what's in them. Antioxidants. An antioxidant will minimize or prevent free radical damage. So free radical is basically aging. Like if I were to put this plastic container outside on my front porch and leave it there for a couple of years, it would kind of get faded and, you know, brittle and old. That's from oxidation. So Chris is laughing at me, just like us, right? We get brittle and old and faded. I know why you're laughing. So yeah, so and what can cause oxidation on people? Training, our hard training, even when it's good for us, it still causes oxidation. Alcohol, yeah, alcohol can cause oxidation. Stress can definitely, but we can fight it, Chris. That's the good news. We can fight that oxidation, yes. And again, so in the other analogy I like to use on that is oxidation. So training and all those things kind of cause like our body to build up this oxidation, and we want to clean it out. So the antioxidants can help clean that out and keep your body healthy, keep your immune system strong, which is very important. And then another thing that I take, well, I drink it actually, is, I thought I brought one up here. Oh, here it is. It's called Athletic Greens. And this is, it's pretty expensive, but I'm trying it for a couple months just to see what it does. It's along the same lines as Juice Plus. It's Athletic Greens, and I just get this online. It's like, it's a company and they just do an automatic shipment, but it's a green powder and you mix it up. I'll put it in my protein powder and take it to have after my workout or whatever. But it's really along the same lines as this Juice Plus thing, just more antioxidants, because it's real food. And that's another thing I really like about that. So that one's called Athletic Greens. And this is all they sell on their website, is just this powder, which is kind of nice. So those three things. So basically, in those in a whole, just a good multivitamin that's food-based is what I would stress in that whole category. I may be overdoing it, but I love this stuff. So I think it's important. Vitamin D3, that's a big one. That's really important. If you talk to your doctor about vitamins, they probably would say you should take D3, women should take calcium, and I don't know what else they would say, but they would say D3. This one is 10,000. I use, and again, I just try to find something that has a good rating, like 5-star rating. It's whole food. This one's organic. I don't know if that really matters in vitamin D, but I can help you search for one that's good quality, but you want to make sure you get a good quality vitamin D. So what does vitamin D3 do? I have a little blurb on here. So it influences cell growth and immune function, which keeps inflammation in check and keeps your nervous system working properly, and helps your body absorb calcium. Some food sources, it's kind of a weird one to get. Sun, if we can get out in the sun and get our body, a lot of our skin exposed to the sun without sunscreen, which a doctor may tell you, no, don't do that. But that's one way we can get some good vitamin D. And I don't know about you all, but today I was outside, but it was dark this morning when I was outside. So I got like sunlight when I went to take my trash out. So I take vitamin D. But some foods are, canned tuna has vitamin D, fortified milk. I think it said eggs. I don't see that on my list, but there are some sources for vitamin D, but I think that it's so important that one I would probably say, talk to your doctor. They would probably tell you to take a supplement, even though we're outside more than your average person or typical person. That's an important one. And it's, yeah, immune system and everything. So omega-3s is another one under my daily nutrition and immunity. I mix it up. Like, these things are fun. I have fun shopping for them. This one I'm trying because They had it at Costco. It's the krill oil, which is supposed to be one of the more potent omegas. It's not in focus very good, but Costco has some really good quality supplements. I wouldn't take just anything there, but this one I think is good. And you just take one of these. So whatever omega-3 you find a good quality one, omega-3s, krill oil, or just a good quality omega-3. And that helps with joint movement, balanced cholesterol, and also mental health. Also anti-inflammatory. A lot of these are anti-inflammatory. Antioxidants are great for anti-inflammatory. All those fruits and vegetables, like eating fruits and vegetables is good for keeping the inflammation down in your whole entire body. So even though I take all these things, I still try to get a lot of fruits and vegetables in my diet and good quality protein. But these just make me feel like, okay, I definitely have enough. So I might overdo it, like I said, but I wanted to share all this with you because I think it is important and it's an option. So let's go into the category. Does anybody have any questions about the daily stuff? Those are pretty much the daily ones that I take.
Yes, Sally, couple of questions. First of all, a nutritionist once told me that your body will just slough off or expel as waste any excess of vitamins and minerals that you choose. So if we take an abundance or we take multiple of these, how much of that are we going to actually absorb, or will our body just pass off with our regular waste products?
That's a good question. And I've seen articles and things on that very topic. That's why, so a synthetic vitamin or supplement, I'll say, might be where your body doesn't even recognize it. Can you guys mute? Somebody's dinging if you guys want to mute. It may not recognize what that vitamin is. So your body will just expel it. Also, yeah, I'm trying to think of like what examples. So I don't really have a good example since mine are whole food based. It's not like your body's going to say, oh, I have enough antioxidants, I'm not going to use this. Your body will use those vitamins that are coming from whole food. But yeah, if you're taking like vitamin C supplements, I feel like I get enough vitamin C in these things and in the food that I eat. So I don't take that. But if you don't and your doctor tells you, that's one I would say, if your doctor tells you specifically, take vitamin D, take vitamin C, you might need C for other reasons. So I'm not going to say don't take it. I don't take it. But that's one that, yeah, and some of the fat soluble vitamins can build up in your system. So you don't want to take it too many of those. Vitamin C is a water soluble, so that one's not bad. It's not going to hurt you, but some vitamins can be toxic if you take too many. So go by what your doctor says or go by the guidelines on the bottle, and you'll usually be safe with that. But yeah, good question. And that's why
I have a second question too.
Sure.
I've been hearing a lot of advertisements lately for super beets. In fact, Hunter Kemper advertises them, and I have no idea if those are worthwhile. I asked a cardiologist and he said, never heard of it, don't know anything about it, and no.
Yeah, that's coming up in a little bit later. Where did I put beets? Oh, well, beets are under my performance category. Beets are just nasty.
Come on.
So we'll talk about that. Good question. Anybody else on the daily stuff? I'll get to beets, Chris, promise.
I did have one comment. I believe, for those who are interested, I believe vitamin D3 is animal based. So if that's important to you, D2 is out there, but I believe you'll need to look up. I think you need a whole lot more of D2 to make an impact. The body has a hard time pulling it in, as I recall. Do your own research, but animal based is important to a lot of people.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
I had another quick note on D3, just since, Sally, you mentioned Athletic Greens. I've been using that for about a year. And the one other thing that they sell is actually a vitamin D3 that's in liquid form that I've found really helpful. That I had blood work done and like it worked really well. So just as a side note for anybody interested in a D3.
Good to know. And I'll send you all links to all these things that not all of them, but like the Athletic Greens, I think that's a good one. It's a great company. and it's geared towards athletes. So, and then the Juice Plus, but good. And then, yeah, reading about these things too before you take them, educating yourself. And also, yeah, if you have any doubts, of course, talk to your doctor. Some of these things, I like vitamin D. I like I said, my doctor said take vitamin D. Let's talk about recovery and rebuilding. I like to take.
Sally, I have a question.
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, I take one of these things
Okay.
the other day from I got this from Costco, which mentions almost everything in it. On top of that, I take D3. I'm not sure if these things are sufficient or it's just like, you know, placebo effect that, oh yeah, I'm taking this every day and I should just feel good.
Yeah, I think it's probably got everything you need in it. And my only reservation about that is that it might have some synthetic vitamins. If you want to send me a picture of like the side labels.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah, and then what I would say is like, don't throw it away, you know, but maybe when you're finished with that bottle, we can explore some options on whole food based vitamins.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
So for recovery and rebuilding, I like turmeric. This is, again, it's one of those things I switch the brands all the time because it's fun to me just to shop around. This one's Kirkland. It's from Costco, which I just have great success with Kirkland products. So I thought I would try it. Now, turmeric is anti-inflammatory, but it's not going to work for you like ibuprofen. You know, you take 2 ibuprofen, and I'm not a big proponent of ibuprofen, but sometimes you need it, right? So I'll take 2 ibuprofen and then boom, oh my gosh, 10 minutes later, my pain has eased up or it's gone. I love that. Turmeric is not really that quick acting. It's something that I take daily just to have in my system, just for anti-inflammatory in my whole entire body. This is food. It's a root. It's made out of a root. So it's powder in capsule form. You can read about it, research it. I just feel like it's another way that I can reduce inflammation in my body, because every kind of like oxidation, almost everything we do causes inflammation in our bodies. So turmeric is a great one. If you can, I used to make smoothies all the time, and I actually had I would go to this little grocery store and buy the turmeric root and peel it and put in my smoothies, and it was amazing. I loved getting it in my body that way, but this is definitely much more convenient. But if you're a smoothie person and you can find fresh turmeric, it's really, you don't need much. It's very strong flavor, kind of like ginger, but even stronger. It's also a great spice to use. So beets, is that on this one? No, beets is under performance. And we'll talk about it, Chris, I promise. Okay, essential amino acids is another one I take. This one, I have just a couple of brands that I love, and I've used this one quite a bit, and I get these on Amazon. Perfect Amino is, and this brand is Body Health. There are a couple of other ones that I really like. Kion, Kion, is a good quality one. That one I have right here. I don't take both of these. I accidentally opened one not knowing I had another one open. But Kion, Kion, has other great nutritional products besides aminos. They're a little bit expensive, but good quality. So amino acids, let me talk a little bit about that. There are 9 essential amino acids, and we need all of them. They perform various roles in our bodies. They're involved in important processes such as tissue growth, energy production, immune function. There we are again, immune function. It's like everything helps boost our immunity here, which we need right now and all the time. And it also helps with nutrient absorption. It's kind of, if you think about it's like a protein in a very, very pure form. So your body absorbs it, and it's great for rebuilding. So I'll take this after a hard workout. And if I have, again, if it's a time of heavier training, I'll take more. Something to read about and see if you'd want to add it. So here on the jar, it says energy, muscle building, athletic recovery. It's also, yeah, anti-inflammatory. And this one, you need to take a little bit more, like you take 5 of these. It's a caplet, and you take 5 of these. Does anybody else use aminos? it's something to look into for recovery. Just helps speed recovery a bit, and it's good for rebuilding. So that one, yeah, essential amino acids.
I read somewhere that quinoa helps in getting amino acids. Quinoa has.
Okay, yeah, quinoa's great. That's good protein, yes.
Mhm.
Yep. And again, I can't say it enough. And also amino acids, different meats have amino acids, meats do, eggs do, chicken does. So you're definitely getting it through real food. And just due to the training that we do, we might need a little bit more. But again, it's something for you to read about and see if you think you want to try a little bit more and just see how you feel.
Sally, what about some of these commercial supplements like UCAN or SIS or Infinite that offer these recovery supplement mixes?
Oh, good question, Chris. I didn't even have that on my list. So I do have a recovery drink in my cabinet. I don't think to use it very often because I use the athletic greens and then my protein drink. But I do like those for this reason. They come in, it'll say recovery drink or recovery shake or whatever, the different brands. And UCAN is a great brand, Infinite, those are all great brands. But they put the correct balance of proteins and carbohydrates in there and some other yummy stuff that your body will like. And so you are able to recover from that workout and then feel better for the next workout. So it replaces your glycogen stores. If it's built that way, usually it'll have the right balance, like a 4 to 1 carb to protein balance. Like chocolate milk is the perfect recovery drink, but I wouldn't use chocolate milk because of the sugar. But some of these recovery drinks will have sugar in them. I like the ones that don't. But yeah, good question. So those are nice because they're convenient. You can certainly eat or drink a smoothie for recovery that has the same balance of carbs and protein. But it sure is easier to grab that recovery drink, put it in a bottle, shake it up and have it when you get in your car after your run, right? So yeah, for longer workouts, those are nice. Yep, good question. Okay, another one, let's see. I have under performance, I had collagen on here. Does anybody take collagen? Okay, Nikki does, yeah. So collagen is supposed to be good for rebuilding and it's good for your skin, good for your soft tissues and connective tissues. This one that I'm trying right now has vitamin C in it. I said I don't take vitamin C, but this one happened to have vitamin C in it. So it doesn't have a whole lot, so I don't feel like I'm getting an overload in there. But yeah, collagen was kind of all the rage for a while there. And it's something, again, to read about to see if you think you would want to add that to your diet, depending on the benefits. Let's talk about performance. This is a fun one. I have one of my favorite things is sport legs, which I've offered to some of you on the road on our bikes in a little plastic bag, and people will always take it. Okay, I'll take it. How many should I take? You people are funny. This is to buffer lactic acid, and I can't even read it's got magnesium, calcium, vitamin D, so it buffers the lactic acid, and I won't be able to explain how that works, but it's wonderful for long training rides, or if you're tired from the day before and you're going out for a run. I've never had any adverse effects from it. It's on Amazon, and it's really great for just flushing out the lactic acid so you don't get that really heavy feeling in your legs. And I've used it in racing. It's awesome just to keep you going at a higher pace or higher speed for a longer period of time because it prevents that heaviness. So it would be worth trying. I can always let you borrow some too for a run or something. Again, I've never had any adverse effects, and I've had people use these in Ironman and long rides, and it's just a great training tool. Sport legs, you can get those on Amazon, and they're not expensive. The other thing I like to use is salt stick chewables. This is another favorite. This bottle's about empty. So salt stick chewables, they also make and this is on Amazon as well. I like the chewables. They have all different flavors. They also make a capsule, but this is just easier because you don't need water with it. You can just chew it up. And I'll use this in training. I'm using them in the Frostbite series. I'll use them like in the morning before a workout. I'll chew up one of them. You can take 2 at a time, but I usually just do one. I feel like this is insurance. So especially if you're a cramper, if you tend to cramp up, this alone though isn't going to do it. If you tend to cramp up, you might be chronically dehydrated or just dehydrated that day. So just know that the cramping is a combination of hydration and electrolytes. It could be one or the other, but let's just say this alone may not do the trick. You're probably dehydrated and you need more water on a daily basis. It tends to be the clients who tend to have more cramping problems and dehydration on race day. It's always like, what's going on? You followed your plan? Why were you cramping up? Problem is, you may have hydrated like crazy that morning, but every other day in your life leading up to that race, you were dehydrated, right? So your body's just chronically dehydrated. So finding a way to stay more hydrated every single day, whatever motivates you. I have my big Coach cup here, and I just keep this full of ice water with me right next to me all day long, and I just make sure I drink it. If I'm going downstairs for whatever reason and it's not empty, then I make sure I drink the rest of it, and then I go and get more. So I keep that with me. I do drink coffee too, but I always make sure I have tons of water, especially if I'm drinking coffee. So I'm a lucky person in that I don't have cramping problems, but I look at salt stick products and sport leg products as like insurance. So something's working that I'm doing, I'm going to keep doing it. And these aren't going to hurt me, right? I've never seen any adverse effects. Just go by what the directions on the bottle. But electrolytes, your body will definitely need them, especially when you start sweating more when it gets hotter, you're definitely going to need them. But I also would say use something like this. It could be an electrolyte drink too, whatever you prefer, but electrolytes during your workouts. Now, if you're just doing an hour trainer ride or something and you had breakfast and you're fine, sometimes it's nice because you might have calories in your electrolyte drink. So it might be a good way to get in a few calories while you're riding before you have breakfast later. So that's another option, is in your electrolyte drinks. So beet. That's the last one on my list. No, it's not the last one on my list. Beetroot. This one, I usually look for organic. I don't know. I mean, does it need to be organic? I don't know. I feel like if it's organic, it's better quality and better for me. So I do organic. This is another one that I just go and search. I try to find the 5 stars on Amazon and pick the best one I can find. It's not super expensive, so it might be a little bit more if it's organic, but I like it. So beets, I'll read to you a little bit of info that I found, but read about it. I mean, read about the benefits of beetroot for athletes. It's crazy. There are studies that prove that this is good for your performance. So it will boost performance, improve blood and oxygen flow to tired muscles, and increase endurance. The key ingredient in beetroot is dietary nitrates, which your body converts into nitric oxide, that in turn helps carry oxygen more efficiently to the cells to unlock energy and make the work output easier. How amazing is that? So I take a couple in the morning, and then if I'm going to do a harder workout a little bit later, then I'll take more. But normally I just do it as a daily supplement. If I'm racing or if I'm doing a really long ride or something, then I would take some along with me. Same with everything. I would just kind of go by what's on the bottle. But you can probably, again, this is all just food. This is just beetroot. That's all that's in here. You may want to experiment with it too, because you might have a little bit of a tummy issue if you take more than what it tells you on the bottle. But that stuff, it comes in capsules. This is caplets, but it'll come in capsules. It'll come in, they have like beet shots. I think Chris was talking about that, little shots of beet juice. That might get into your system a little bit faster. I don't know. I think this is probably less expensive and a little bit easier to carry around. So there you have it. Beetroot capsules or caplets. The other thing I wanted to show you is my melatonin. So sometimes I can sleep great, and other times I cannot fall asleep, and I really, really value my sleep. So I don't know where it is now. I have vitamins all around me. Oh, here it is. This one, I think this one was another one from Costco, but all of the ones I've used work just fine. This one's melatonin, and it is, let me see. That doesn't say how many milligrams this one is, but I look for the maximum. I've never had any issues of like being groggy the next day or anything, but it just kind of helps relax your mind and helps you fall asleep. It's natural stuff. We all have melatonin in our bodies, but this gives you a little boost so you can fall asleep faster. But so yeah, if you have problems falling asleep, you may or may not need that, but it's not bad for you. And like I said, your body produces it anyway. It's not like you're putting something synthetic in your body, which I would not promote.
Sally, are there any dependency issues with that sleep tablets?
Are there what?
Any dependent? Do you get dependent on that?
Oh, no, not at all. If I'm really tired and I know I'm gonna fall asleep, no problem. I just don't even take it. You know, I can't say I take it all the time, but if I've been out running around or something and I feel like I need to relax a little bit more, then sometimes I'll take one. I don't at all get dependent on it. Yeah, it's not that noticeable. So yeah, it's not going to give you like, you're not going to get really, really sleepy right when you take it. It might affect different people differently though. So yeah, be aware of that. But it just helps me fall asleep. And then yeah, I've never been groggy from it or anything. And
I'm trying to understand because my father takes some which is prescribed. I was wondering if this is something, if it is over the counter and helps him.
Yeah, this is over the counter and natural. Your body naturally produces melatonin, but this just gives you a little bit more.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, it's natural.
Good to know.
And it is mild. Does anybody else take melatonin ever? No, you guys are good. Okay. Everybody gets good sleep. See, so I really do. I love all this stuff, but I'm not saying you should take all of this, but I'm just showing you what I do and why, and saying that, yeah, sometimes you do need supplements, sometimes you do, if you're not able to get, I have a friend who will eat, let's say, cereal for breakfast or donut. Lunch would be like chicken through the drive-through. Dinner might be pizza with pepperoni. Where are the vegetables? Where's the fruit? I don't see anything in there. So I feel like if that's how you eat and you just don't get, or some people for convenience sake can't sit down and eat a big salad or cook a bunch of vegetables at dinner. Sometimes you can't do it. You can't do that. You don't have the time in your life or whatever. So you do what's convenient. I can help motivate you to try to get time in your life to prepare some foods, like have a food preparation day where you can get some veggies into your diet. There's always a way. I would highly recommend it. And again, if you can get 8 to 12 fruits and vegetables in your diet every day, then don't even listen to this whole Juice Plus thing. And athletic greens, I do believe are a great one to add. But yeah, you ideally get it through your food. I like to say I'm going to get it through both. So just in case I'm not getting it through my food, then I'm getting it through these high quality whole food supplements. But any other questions? And then yeah, so Chris was asking about the training and racing products, and that's another thing we can talk about another night, is what to take, what to eat and drink while you're training, and also different ideas on foods that you can do while you're training. If you don't like the idea of eating those gels and chews and all that sugar, I do the chews because they've always worked for me. I'm not a sugar eater. So on race day, they give me lots of energy, right? So, and they're yummy. So, so it works. That's what they're made for, to give you that little boost. Some of them have caffeine in them, but I'm not a big sugar person. So like the drinks, the carbohydrate and electrolyte drinks I try to find those that don't have sugar in them.
What about like the honey stingers and things like that?
Yep, sugar, sugar, sugar. But I love them. Those are great training products. They really are, but they're loaded with sugar. So if you're not a big proponent, and yeah, be careful. The years I did Ironman, I had, every time I went to the dentist, I had at least a couple of cavities from all those chewy things, the bars and all that stuff. So I have found bars that don't have a lot of sugar, or not any, they may not have any sugar, and training products that aren't loaded with sugar. But yeah, the chews are great though for a half marathon or a half Ironman on the run. I love those things, but I wouldn't do them every day on my training or anything like that. Any questions? Donna, hi, thank you for suggesting this topic. We recorded it. You're muted. You're still
I was
muted.
in the car, so I did get to hear most all
Oh, good.
of it. So.
Oh, good. Do you have any questions before we close out?
No, the one thing I was going to say when you were talking about vitamins, for women, especially the calcium and the D together, you know, so they bind together and absorb better. So that's a
Yes.
good one. And then I missed, of course, I stepped out of my car right when you were talking about collagen.
Oh yeah, and I didn't really say much about collagen. That's one of those that I would say read about, and it's kind of up to you if you want to take it. I think it helps with recovery and rebuilding. I'm experimenting with it. I've tried a couple of different brands. So does anybody taking it and has a brand that they really like? Nikki, do you like yours?
Yeah, I do. I use Momentous.
Okay.
And it seems like a good brand. They're kind of like Athletic Greens, like they're hyper focused on the supplements that they use, and you know, as much as I understand the science behind it and looking up different reviews, but I think it looks like a good product, and I've been using that for probably 6-ish months because Sally knows I can use any support I can with my soft tissue. So
Yeah. Thank you, Nick. Okay, well, okay, I'm unmuted, yes. If there aren't any other questions, we're gonna close out, and then I'll let you all know what the topic is for next week. And I do this kind of I plan it ahead of time, but then I send you the info last minute. So thank you for joining. This is always fun for me. And if you have any other topic suggestions, let me know. Otherwise, I have many up my sleeve. Okay, everyone. Well, have a great evening.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Sally.
you so much. I'll send out the recording soon or tomorrow morning.
Great
Thanks.
info.
Okay.
have a
Thanks.
good night, everyone.
Bye,
Thank you,
guys.
Sally. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
night.
Thank you. Glad you're back, Chris.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.